this trade I made back on June 24th with CJ Stroud and all that.
Dude, don't talk about it now.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for this. Yeah. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. And you know what time it is. It's time for Larry Monkey in your face. One more time for Run DFF on the couch. On the couch. On the couch. Justin Rogers.
You know what, Larry? No one can see me on the couch because you've got some ADP on the screen right now. From
ADP, dun, 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 ADP. That's a song everyone wants to hear that likes to play fantasy football. The ADP song, I feel like that could be a hit. What do you think, man? What's going on? My
man, I'm ready to talk a little bit of football. And then I got to get ready to go down to the coast. I'm going to leave tomorrow morning. I'm going to head down over there with my kayak and do some more fishing this weekend. So
fishing in the kayak on the coast?
That's it, man. I actually am going out to I'm going out on the boat with a buddy of mine on Saturday morning. And then after that, I'll fish in my kayak the rest of the time. Center screen, baby. That's the way I should be. That's it.
Oh, I don't know what's happening right now. I'm playing around with some of the
it's very confusing.
Some of the tools of the StreamYard. So for folks that are listening right now, and everyone is going to be listening because this is not a public show tonight. We're just going to record and do an old school podcast, which is how we're going to move forward, man. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, we can say a few more things that way too, which I always enjoy.
And if you want to be a part of the YouTube stream at like we were doing a public show, then just join the Patreon for $1. That's all it takes. $1, and you get to be a part of a cool chat group, and maybe you can get our phone numbers, and Justin will send you a picture of him dancing with a carcass of something that he found on the side of the road. Yeah. I got caught in a tractor or ran over by one, or maybe one of those. Actually,
is that how it goes? Yeah.
Man, when you visited, I took you on too many highways. I should have taken you on some good old Jersey back roads, man. Should have done that.
How many Jersey back roads are there? There's like 6 roads in the entire state.
Oh, man.
The entire state fits in the palm of my hand.
You mean the Garden State?
Yeah. I know the nickname. I don't know that it fits.
Well, of course you would not know that it fits because you live in Mississippi,
where we have all kinds of live things.
Yes, live things. So one thing that's not going to be live is
us on the
podcast. Is possibly I don't know. I don't know. It's got to be a snooze-a-thon, actually, right?
Well, I don't know.
Without us, it's a snooze-a-thon, right? I was thinking maybe we should do something.
Who's gonna wake people up at 2 a.m? I don't know.
I feel like we could do something that'll be like way cooler. We should do something. No. I'm just talking about having like, just like not like a music festival, but like a hot sauce podcast festival of pods where we do something that's like, it's not going to be like I don't give a shit about a 24-hour thing, but just like a nice, like, like a concert long, 5
I wonder
6
how,
hours.
I wonder how many, like, if we could do some things like how many podcasts can we bring on in an hour or 2 hours Everybody gets like 30 seconds to pop in. You know, that would be funny. Some silly shit like that. I don't know.
I want to do like when you go to see a show, you know, that's on a summer Saturday, one of those like festival shows, even a one day or one of those camping out festivals, whatever. But those are the best. Go on one of those if you have any kind of chance. There's no such thing as there's nothing better than a festival where you camp out.
You are right about that. I do love a multi-day, get wasted and just hang out right there.
There's one in Virginia. It's deep out there for me. Anyway, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about.
Doing some sort of
like setting up, like not like having like a pod-a-thon, but having like a pod festival, a festival of pods, where it's like a 6 hour, 8 hour, just like rager of having like, you know, 45 minutes of show. Come on and just like tear it up. Next, tear it up. Not sit here like, not going to be like, you know. Not going to be like that. It won't be like that.
Right.
We can add a charity component to it as well, man. I love that we are brainstorming live on the show. This was not prepared. This is really live.
Yeah, this is the first time you bring this up. I'm like, okay, well.
It's just coming to me. It just came to me right now. This is brainstorming live. I don't know. What do you think? It sounds like a pretty good idea. We can have like a pod of the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod Festival of festivals. Podfest.
You're gonna have to put this together. I don't have the bandwidth for this right now.
I like it. No. I will be the guy that maybe we'll look into this and we'll have like 5 or 6 like solid acts, solid podcast guys, like solid guys. Come on. We'll just tear it up, raise some money. Maybe we'll make pick a charity of our choice. Chicka charity of our choice. Yeah. So,
I'll do anything for charity. So
we know that Ashton Ginty is probably going to be in your starting lineup if you took him in the first or second round of your redraft league and or dynasty league. You agree?
Obviously. But then, are there any other rookies that you're like, all right, I'm getting them and I'm putting them in my lineup and I'm not pulling out?
Do you want to do a draft, like a mock draft of week 1 starting rookies?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we could do that. Just week 1.
Because Ginty's in there.
Obviously. All right, hold on.
Now, the 102, I think, might be different. Or maybe the 101 is different. What's the one? Okay, you want the 101?
The 101 is Ginty. I mean, I'll take the 101 just because it's an easy.
All right, so the 102. The 102 is where it gets kind of fishy.
Okay, so you're not sold on Hampton, huh? In week 1, one game.
I'm starting him. He's a set it and forget it guy for me. You're right,
but he's not the number 2.
But like the week 1.
So who's your?
They're going to show. They're going to listen. They're going to be. I think Najee Harris will probably get more work than he probably will most of the rest of the season.
That's fair.
But Hampton, they're going to obviously want to show off their first round pick.
They're shiny new toy, right?
Right. Yeah. But Najee will be there. But no, you have to start Hampton. So yes. So is he the 102? Is he the 102 though?
Well, I don't know. You're on the clock. What are you doing?
The 102. This is kind of tough, but I think I'm going to go. I'm just going to go with Hampton. I think they're just going to run it.
Yeah, that's the chalky choice for me.
I was torn between two other players. Actually, this one first round is his.
I might take one of those guys right now. If we're just going back and forth.
I know who's going to fall, but keep going. Oh, yeah, hold on.
I'm taking Cam Ward. He's a week 1 starter. I'm plugging him in.
Yes.
Let it ride.
I was thinking about Cam Ward, and then I was like, you know what? I could see Hampton just tearing it up, and Cam Ward running into just a buzzsaw.
Cam Ward might only put up like 13 points.
His first start, NFL start. Is he going to throw 3 touchdowns? He also might. So that was your 103, Cam Ward. 104, yeah. I'm just going to go Tet McMillan in a PPR. Why not?
Right.
But it's close. It's close with one other player for me. Tet McMillan is my play here. I think that they're going to want to, again, they took this dude. What was he like, though? He was like, was he 108, 106?
He was up there.
They spent some capital on him. There's no way that they're.
Well, I'm sticking with the running back position because I don't think I can plug in a rookie wide receiver in week 1. It so doesn't happen very often. And I'm not going to pick the one you've highlighted right now.
Ooh.
Because I think that there's a player on that team that could cut into his work. But on this other team, specifically the Browns, ain't nobody there. Jerome Ford. Is he still there? Hell, I don't know. So I'm thinking Quinshon Judkins. I think you've got your 2 down and possibly even partial 3rd down back right there.
Okay.
Because he can catch the ball a little bit. So.
Well, this next pick is easy for me because we're going Travion Henderson, baby. Because he's going to be on the field for every down. Catches passes out of the backfield.
Ramondre Stevenson scares me in the first part of the season for him.
Not for me.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking about Najee Harris with Hampton, you got to think Ramondre Stevenson.
You're right.
Travion Henderson. Because at least in this case, Ramondre's actually been on the team and knows everything.
If we are talking about week 1, then yeah, you're right. It's just like a split and carries type of deal. I mean, but who is Tet? He doesn't like to be called Tet. Who's T-Mac competing with? Like Thielen? Leggett?
Nobody.
Yeah,
but he has Bryce Young as his quarterback, so
Bryce Young had no problem targeting Thielen like 19 times. So Tet might be that guy.
Maybe.
But Junkins is a great pick.
Yeah.
But Travion Henderson, I think with the players that are here right now, well, I might switch that up and go. I'm not gonna take Travion Henderson because of the Ramondre Stevenson factor for week 1. I'm gonna go RJ Harvey right here.
What about the who'd they just sign?
I don't care about the
cheese and Pete's. I mean, multiple injuries. What the hell's his name? Chargers last year. Come on.
Dobbins.
Yes, Dobbins. Didn't he just sign with them?
Yeah, I don't care about Dobbins.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting signing. I don't know if it matters that much.
Nope. I don't think it does.
Yeah, I think Harvey's a fine pick.
I have no. It's all murky right now. Remember, Travion's still on the board. I didn't pick him. I changed it up.
You did. Man, I don't know. This is where it gets a little tough.
Who's going to start? It basically comes down to who's starting week 1.
Right. I don't know who to pick here. It got real murky real quick. I mean, I guess I'll just go Travion and see what happens. But I think we're at the end of like the set it and forget it. At least for week 1.
You're not setting and forgetting Travis Hunter? You're starting him on the bench?
I'm not starting Travis Hunter until I see a real game and see how they use him.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal. I mean, I may have to start him in the league, but it won't be because I'm confident in he's gonna in his role in the offense.
Now the earliest or the last pick before the last pick was the 14th overall pick in RJ Harvey. The pick earlier than that was the 7th pick, Quinshon Judkins. Do you agree with that Harvey pick, or was there someone earlier than Harvey that you would have taken over Judkins or after Judkins?
No, I mean I'm fine with that, honestly, because again, this class is thin.
Well, you have Amika Buka, Caleb Johnson, Tyler Warren, Matthew Golden, Jackson Dart, Loveland.
This is thin like a late '90s supermodel, man.
I don't think so, man. I think there's a lot of meat in this sandwich.
Yeah, but none of it feels good in week 1. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no meat week 1 meat.
Yep,
just some
like I hope they could secure a roll down the road.
Right.
Man,
You might. I mean, you might plug Caleb Johnson in your lineup.
might have to. I think that's where. So, who did you pick last?
I took RJ Harvey.
Did you take him before? And then I took
And then
Travion.
you took Travion.
Yeah, now it's your turn again.
Oh, so I guess I would go Caleb Johnson.
Just roll with it.
I don't think there's anyone below him outside of Jaden Higgins. He's gotten some positive publicity in the papers. But Caleb Johnson's going to grind it. I feel like he's going to take care of business.
Yeah, it's preseason, man.
Right. I haven't seen any preseason reports. I'm not in tune to anything right now.
Well, if you're talking about buzz, then you're talking about preseason stuff.
So well, I'm not. I have no idea what I'm not privy to any buzz lately.
Yeah. All right. So we got Genty, Hampton. I'm just thinking of Genty, Hampton, Judkins, Harvey, Henderson, Johnson.
Or anybody late that you could think that might make a splash.
Oh, we had Cam Ward in there as well.
Even a Shador. Who's going to win that starting job in Cleveland?
I don't know, but right now it ain't.
That's a mess. That place is a mess.
I mean, at this point, I'd be real tempted to take Trey Harris.
Yep, I like that one too.
Real role, you know.
There's no one there to step in.
Right. I mean, his direct competition is what? Quentin Johnston?
Yes.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all.
All right. If you do that, then I'm taking Matthew Golden because he's stepping right into a starting job as a first round pick.
If he's any good. They might realize in training camp that dude ain't very good. I don't know.
Why would they think that?
Because he's not very good.
He had a great college career. He had a great college season.
He had a great college season. He did not have a great college career.
His last season was nice.
Right. But there's no there's no history there.
Yeah.
His first two seasons. He had 987 yards in his junior season. He had 988 yards in his first two seasons combined. So he didn't do much of anything the first 2 years.
Yep.
And they were with Houston. It wasn't even Texas. Houston playing in the American Conference his freshman year. So whatever. And then the Big 12 last year or 2 years ago. Then he transfers to Texas. So he played scrubs his first season in college, just straight scrubs.
So where are you on T-Mac? Is he gonna he's kind of polarizing because he's on Carolina, who everyone's afraid of.
It's not only that; it's also the fact that he's giving people, the man, who was the cat that got drafted by the Patriots? Who was the cat that got drafted by the Patriots? And N'Keal Harry, he's giving those kind of vibes to people.
You can't separate those vibes.
He doesn't have the speed, doesn't separate. I don't know that I agree.
There's some folks that swear by this guy.
I think he's got good short area separation. Like he's not running by you, but his body control makes it to where he can create separation when the ball's in the air, kind of thing. He definitely has that basketball mentality. You took Golden. I guess I'll take Tyler Warren. I don't love it, but I'll take Tyler Warren.
Oh.
Only problem is he needs Daniel Jones to win the job. And, I mean, I guess that's one piece of news is there is going to be a quarterback competition between Jones and Richardson.
So this is a week 1 type of deal here, right? Or we're focusing on week 1 starters?
Yes, week 1.
Let's roll the dice at this point. I'll go Tyler Shuck because there's no one else that's going to get me points.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you.
What's the buzz down in the Bible Belt?
There ain't nothing buzzing down here. The only thing buzzing is the people on those hand grenades on Bourbon Street.
So no Tyler Shuck info. No one's rocking any Shuck jerseys.
I mean, there are a couple of those around, but it's not as popular as one would hope.
Guess what? I have there is a family from Covington, Louisiana, that is going to be stopping by here on Sunday.
From Covington?
Covington, yep.
What part of Covington?
Covington, man. What the fuck?
Well, that's where my buddy Jeff lives.
I know, Rougarou.
I'll be with him I'll be with him tomorrow evening.
All right.
He's coming over to his parents' house.
When I find out the street name, I'll tell you. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Let's figure out what part of Covington. It's kind of sprawling a little bit.
So what Covington? So what do you want to know? The street name or what?
The neighborhood, something like that. What part?
The neighborhood.
Covington is shitty though. Okay, so you can't take a left turn in half of the stamp. You have to do a U-turn and then take a right. You can't take a left turn. I hate the way that they've got the main road through Covington set up. I hate it.
I don't know what that means. You can't take a right turn.
Yeah, can't take a left turn.
All right. Here's the flip side of what we just talked about. Is there any late? I'm talking about outside the top 20 that you think might be a week 3, week 4 start.
Okay, let's see.
Based on all this nonsense that you've heard thus far.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's going to feel like nonsense trying to push this. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess
I got
Jack Besh could sneak in there. I don't know.
I like this Savion Williams guy, 3rd round draft pick, 23 years old. He's like a Deebo Samuel type of guy. Let's see what they say about him. He's part of a loaded depth chart. Yeah, he pretty much is. But guess what? No one on the Packers can stay healthy. And why would they spend a 3rd round draft pick on this guy if he's 6'3", 220? Ah, man, he's like back of the end zone type of guy, and he's a yak guy, Savion Williams. So 23rd pick in the 3rd round. I don't know what you want. Not a bad. He might turn out to be one of those Malachi Corley types, but
sure,
he's got that capital that I don't know. Maybe they want to use him for some particular reason. Because that's his thing. Like he does what they wanted. He does what they wanted Jaden Reed to do. He actually does. So right. I think they're going to have a role for him. So he might be like a sleeper guy. Everyone's kind of everyone's sleeping on this guy. So
possibly. All right, another one.
I try to get him. I have him everywhere. Honestly,
let's see here. Trevor Etienne is going to be one that I'm probably going to need to get more of.
Everyone that he was drafted in the 4th round. That's not terrible. That's some pretty good draft capital for a running back in a loaded class. Like, if this wasn't such a saturated class of running back, Trevor Etienne could be a 2nd round pick. He could be a late 2nd round pick. Catches the ball out of the outfield. I know catches the ball out of the outfield.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's an the outfield out there.
He's everywhere, man. But Chuba Hubbard, he had who knows how that goes with these running backs. Who's backing him up?
He's going to see some 3rd down usage early on.
Yeah, they're going to want to use him. He's a 4th rounder. Why are these? That day and age is over where they're like, oh, you were drafted in the 4th round, so you're not going to play your first 2 years. Like, They want to get these guys on the field as fast as possible. So, and he's a running back. So 4th round running backs, like I said, if it wasn't for this saturated class of running backs, he'd be at least an early 3rd round pick. In the NFL draft. So, fuck, why not get the young legs in there? Chuba's still relatively young, but still, I mean, he's a nice backup, and these running backs get hurt, and Chuba's kind of due for a major injury. As terrible as that sounds, all these guys are due for major injury. If they get through a season unharmed, then they're due for major injury. That's how it works. Yes or no?
I mean, I think it's fine. I think we're getting into a territory where it's like, oh man, do I really want to put any of these guys in the starting lineup?
Yeah.
As we get further down.
No,
that's
because
the problem with this class. It gets real thin real quick.
If you're in this part of the draft, then you don't want to be starting anybody that's going to get points. Like you probably want to maybe you want to start these guys because they're not going to get you points. If you're looking for draft positioning in a tank,
if you're looking for 2026 draft positioning,
you actually might want to start these guys. So everybody after that, I guess Pat Bryant is the only one that may. Pat Bryant, Trevor Etienne, Jaden Blue might become the starting running back. He's been getting a lot of hype.
There's again a lot of hype, but is there
right? But the thing is with the Jaden Blue, why I brought that up, they don't have. I mean, who do they have? Who's in front of Jaden Blue right now?
As far as
Miles Sanders, Miles, yeah. Who's ahead of him in the depth chart? Nobody.
Right. Nobody of consequence.
It's Javonte Williams, who might be. I mean, if you can get that guy for cheap, who knows? He's coming off. He's a year removed from the ACL, with something to prove. So,
right.
But they also, I don't know what happened to Miles Sanders. Is he still over there, or
he's still there? But it's like, does he matter?
So, whatever. So if Javonte Williams can't cut it, then Jaden Blue,
maybe,
who was a 5th rounder, might.
I guess it's possible.
Yep, I was hoping. I don't have him anywhere. There was the last couple of rookie drafts. I was kind of hoping to get him, but I wasn't in the right spot.
And maybe that saved you. Maybe that was divine intervention.
Sometimes that works that way. Do you drop that in the group me? Everybody's sleeping?
I did drop it in the group me, but I think everybody's sleeping.
My phone died, so I don't know what's going on.
No. I wonder you're sending me stuff via Twitter on.
Oh, yeah. It stinks.
I
don't want to run upstairs again. If you start going on a rant, maybe I'll disappear and plug my phone in.
I don't feel like I'm in a rant mood tonight. I don't have any rants to go on. I mean, I could rant, but it wouldn't be fantasy football related at all.
All right. Maybe you want to rant about some trades that you made in the last season.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. Looking at our trades in one particular league and seeing how they kind of panned out in the last year. Okay, so we talked about this. I actually had a trade that I was going to make. It's the last trade on that list, Larry, that it got reversed because it got accepted at 1 minute after kickoff. So there was no point in.
What? Hold on. Say that again.
I tried to trade for Saquon, and I was trying to get a deal done with Ben Junkin, Benny J. These Brewbirds. And we were going back and forth, and he accepted it at 1:01 Eastern, 12:01 my time.
So what was that trade again?
Well, it was my Penix and Ben Sinnott and my very late first.
Okay. So give some context of this league settings. This is the DDCL, right?
It is. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. DDCL. It's tiered PPR. This 12-team start 11.
Tie this into the listener league, by the way.
I will if you'll shut the hell up.
No, what we only guess what? We only need one spot.
Yeah, that all we need is one to fill. Yeah, it's a 48 team 4-copy league, much like the listener league is a 3-copy 42 team league. So we love copy leagues. I'm in a few of them now, and there's lots of trade partners out there. Same thing in the listener league. Get you 41 trade partners to work with. You can get some trades done for sure. But I was going to give up Michael Penix, Ben Sinnott, and my very late first and his second for Saquon Barkley and Adam Thielen. Basically just Saquon. I would have started Adam Thielen that week as well. But I wanted Saquon, and he accepted 1 minute too late because I couldn't put him on my lineup or anything like that. That would have been a good one. Let's see here. Going before that, I actually did get this deal done. 2 seconds for Devontae Adams. 2 late seconds, I believe, for Devontae Adams. I'm still not upset with that one. Let's see here. Here's one I like a lot. Ruben posted in the chat, any second gets Xavier Worthy. So I gave him a second and a third. I sweetened it so that I would get the deal done. Xavier Worthy, and then immediately Rashee Rice gets hurt. Do you remember that? I think Larry left. I'm on my own over here. But yeah, so I got Xavier Worthy for a second and a third. I could have probably moved him for a first at some point in the season, but I wanted to hold on to him because I don't have but like 2 or 3 shares. And then my favorite one was this big trade. And I was in on selling CJ Stroud after his rookie season, thinking I'm selling high. Now I'll go back to buying low on CJ Stroud, but I don't have as much optimism as some people, Larry, have for him. But I gave up CJ Stroud, Roschon Johnson, and Cole Kmet. This is a 1.75 premium tiered PPR, but quarterback scoring is pretty standard. So I gave up Stroud, Roschon, and Cole Kmet, and I got George Kittle, Breece Hall, Christian Kirk, and a 2026 first. So I get a 2026 first, Breece Hall, and George Kittle for Cole Kmet and CJ Stroud, basically.
What?
That right there is one of the ones. That's one of the trades that propelled me into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs was getting George Kittle.
That was a serious deal right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I sold CJ Stroud when he was high. And I bet now if I wanted to go buy CJ Stroud, he wouldn't cost nearly that. Wouldn't cost a first, Breece Hall, and George Kittle to get him.
What league is this?
That's the DDCO. You just have to scroll down. You just have to scroll down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dang it. I'm trying to find.
That was on Monday, June 24th last year. So it's literally like right below what you have on the screen.
That's a doozy. Roschon.
Oh, yeah. That's the name that caught you, huh? Roschon. Yeah.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I thought Christian Kirk was going to do something again, but it didn't matter because Breece Hall was fine and George Kittle was great. So
Hall, Kittle, and a first. Yeah, 1.75. Yeah.
And a first. Wonder what that pick is projected to be. I'm about to go throw this into the
Here's my wondrous trades.
Gosh.
And Njoku for Jonathan Brooks, 1.75.
You gave up.
Oh, and Njoku, and the 2.15.
Yeah.
Which is what?
205. The 315 and 415 for DK Metcalf is just stupid. That's just someone just bailing on DK Metcalf.
Yes, that was beauty. That recouped me from the Njoku Brooks trade.
Yeah, yeah.
Then there was the Lazard Tony.
That was the I need a jet. That's all that was. I wanted a jet player.
No one wins that one. The Disley in the round 3.
What were you doing there?
That's when he got hot. Look at the time of year that was. That was the playoffs thing.
I'm going to look this up. No, that was not the playoffs. That was
November 18th.
Month before the playoffs.
I was chasing points. I was definitely chasing points. Same thing with that Isaac Garendo. Same thing for that. Disley's game log. Yeah, no, he had a great game, and then he kind of shit after that.
4 for 47, 2 for 19, 2 for 21, 5 for 42 and a touchdown is what he did after that. Right before that, he had 4 for 80 and a touchdown. But before that, he hadn't done anything in a few weeks. 5 for 30, 2 for 9. So I think you bit on that Mirage game against Cincy on the 17th. And it was like,
and I didn't care about a third.
4 for 80 and tutty. Right.
Yeah, a late third. It was a late third gamble. Why not? Late third gamble, baby. Sometimes you got to do it. In a 1.75, no less. You know, he could have just caught fire. You never know.
Yeah.
And then there's the Garendo, like throw the second at Garendo. December 3rd. That's playoff time. That's when Garendo was worth a second. He was worth a second for like 4 days.
And then
he still carries some value.
He still carries some, but now it's like a third rounder. And
have you heard the reports that CMC has not missed a single snap of anything?
Oh, I've heard the glowing reports about CMC.
We need to do like a draft. Oh, look at this guy.
Yep, I'm sitting up.
Oh, look at my face.
Can't. Now I can see.
Right, here we go. Jason Real.
Hey, there he is. Right, real people. Yeah, there's Jason in the chat.
Reeling it up. So we have Disley for a third. Yeah, he was in on that one.
Congratulations. Don't remember doing it, but congratulations for getting it done.
Have fun with that third.
Yeah. Well, have fun with that. Well, you probably already cut Will Disley by now.
Oh God, man! I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, the listener league. Yeah, we're only missing one. We need one person. That's it. And I think, and we kind of have one, but I don't know if we want someone that's going to.
Yeah, we're concerned about the level of commitment.
Right. Yeah.
Could be.
Someone that was, and it doesn't matter if you're new to Dynasty or not. We just want someone that's going to be. We don't want someone that's going to dip in the first year, pretty much at this point. You know. What kind of pick does he have? My picks aren't that great. Look at this ham hock that me and Jason have to look at on the screen.
I'm giving it to you.
Kidding me, dude? Look at this guy.
Instinct style.
Look at this. I love the camouflage fucking shirt and shorts combo.
I got blue shorts on, dog.
You ain't wearing shorts?
They're blue. They're not camo. It's just an olive shirt.
There you go. I just fixed it.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on with this draft. So if we get the dispersal, we have, was there 4? Only 4, which is incredible that there's only 4
out of 42. Yeah, right.
So 4. That's it.
I think that's it.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we just need one person. I'm assuming Jamie Perot gets in.
Right.
Well, I messaged and he has not returned my message.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
So hopefully he does, but if not, then whatever. But yeah, there are some folks that want to get in, so let's get it going. How much time before it starts? Are you gonna have to set up a dispersal and set up like a spreadsheet and all this nonsense?
Yeah,
that's easy.
That's really easy to do. Yep.
Okay.
That actually doesn't take that long because if we run it off site, I don't have to create the players or anything to start, like the placeholder players and stuff like that.
Nice.
Jason, are you saying you got the 105 in SFB? You asked about if we're ready for the SFB. And then is that what you're drafting? While he's typing that out or whatever, where are you drafting in SFB this year?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
The 110.
Gotcha. I'm right in the middle. I think I pick the 7.
Yeah. Now, was
I'm
it the third round reversal play a part in anything?
Nah, I didn't want to focus on that too much.
I like to get the extra player.
Sure.
The 110, I feel like still was in the mix. Instead of like being too top heavy. Although sometimes I like to in the format like that, meaning that the draft sucks. And you want to hear something interesting? Last year in the Fishbowl, I was in a league with a guy that is in the industry. And this guy, he maxed out every time, man. He timed out like 3 times.
Yeah,
it was just it was so disappointing that I almost like sent a message to Scott to be like, dude, this guy sucks. Okay. So I'm not randomly. I selected the Tottenham Hotspur division before they were champions. I root for that team because my brother-in-law is a big fan and my sister and him live over there. So I root for the Hotspurs. So I joined that division. Completely full except for one person. Like draft is in like 5 days or whatever. Who just gets slotted in this position? That motherfucker, the same motherfucker that was in last year's draft that took forever every pick. That I almost sent a message to Scott Fish about. This guy, out of everybody in Scott Fishbowl, this mother effer. Are you kidding me? What are the chances? How does that happen? And I guarantee you, this dude's going to do the same thing. Because
I know, right? You're going to be stuck watching the same the clock.
It's going to be watching paint dry again. It's going to be watching paint dry. Everyone's going to be so pumped. And these dudes are all big time Hotspur fans, man. They're big Spurs fans. I think most of them are European too. I don't know, but God, I'm just as soon as I saw this guy, just so disappointed. So he's probably going to suck again, and just stinks. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm the fantasy downer, man. Everything sucks.
What you're gonna have is plenty of ADP value, information, because he's gonna slow it down so much that everybody's gonna get ahead.
Yeah, I guess I look at it that way. It's a sleeper league, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that starts up very soon. When is your
Monday?
Your start? Oh, everybody starts up the same day.
I think so. I think it's just Monday.
So 3.5 days from now.
Right. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Interesting.
I haven't decided if I'm coming back Sunday night or Monday morning. I might be driving and drafting. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have anything going on Monday at my own project, but that just means I can do it at my own leisure. So I'll probably come back late Sunday night. Jason's getting into the scoring stuff.
We did kind of a deep dive in the scoring last week, and we said that it is actually a heavy, like, forget about tight ends, just focus on the running backs. Maybe get a couple quarterbacks if a running QB falls your way. Maybe Justin Fields could be a nice sneaky Baker Mayfield like.
In a redraft, I don't mind Fields in a redraft because I'm hoping to get that one season out.
Yeah, you might. They're gonna make him the focal point. This guy could be a steal in the whatever round. So have to pay attention to the ADP. But I don't know where Fields would be going in this format, but something I would be looking at instead of spending a high pick on someone that's definitely not going to be Bowers or anything like that. I don't think this is that type of format where I'm going to be thinking about Bowers. I'll let someone else worry about him, right?
Yeah, I think that I'm going to avoid tight ends early and just kind of fill it later.
You're going to what?
I'm not gonna worry about tight ends early. I'll fill that slot later. I'm not gonna go reaching for a Brock Bowers or a George Kittle unless they drop. I'll draft a couple and plug and play and hopefully hit on one late that gets me a tight end 5, tight end 6 kind of season.
Yeah,
I just don't want to pay up for tight end in this format.
Oh, I can't even find the settings in the Hotspur League. It just doesn't allow it in Sleeper. I can have edit team, leave league, previous leagues.
Mm-hmm.
But the trick is just to go to the last year.
Yes.
Actually, I was looking at the desktop, and that's not the way to go in Sleeper. It has to be all the app.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like, don't try to use Sleeper on the desktop. You only get like half of what you're.
Yeah. Now I can look at the settings. I can't do that on the desktop. It's bizarre. That's amazing. But yeah, I can look at all the settings now and stuff, scoring settings.
Jason said fade tight end and 2.0 premium. Okay, so if you go back and look,
the tight ends suck. We did it. It was Bowers and McBride, and then a significant teardrop.
Right, that's the thing. Like you have to like severely reach for one of those guys. They're going to go early. But let's see here.
I did it. Like we did it last year. Like
right, we did it last week. I know. But Bowers scored 599 and McBride scored 572. And then it's such a big drop off. I mean, I'm not sure, Jason, how far we have to go back. I don't feel like clicking. Jonnu Smith at 480. So Jonnu Smith 100 points behind those guys. Yeah. No, there's not enough tight ends to try and do that unless I don't want to take one of those guys in the first. Well, I'm at the 105, so I won't get those at the 105. And I don't think I'll get them on the comeback at the whatever. What am I thinking? 219 or whatever. The 20.
But you're still going to have your DeAndre Swifts that are going to be in the top 50 that are putting up as many points as Jared Goff and, Kyler Murray and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
This
is a free-for-all.
Like Tony Pollard and DeAndre Swift put up more points than Kyler Murray and Pat Mahomes. So in this format. So think about that, like Pat Mahomes.
Well, it's a free for all. There are no minimum.
Right.
Would you do Warren if he falls to the 4th? Tyler Warren? No, I'm not touching a rookie tight end in a redraft.
Not in the fourth round. Not in the fourth round.
Close.
Fourth round, he's getting stud in the 4th round still.
Right. Yeah, I'm not even thinking about Tyler Warren I'm not thinking about any rookie tight end, especially this year, because there is no Brock Bowers. I'm not thinking about any rookie tight end in the top 8 or 9 rounds, honestly.
I mean, what pick are you talking about in the 4th? Like, what is that? Like the 48th overall pick?
Well, that'd be the end of the 4th. Last pick of the 4th round will be a 48.
So it's between 36 and 48. So right. you're talking about Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson, James Cook, JSN, Pollard, Swift, Goff, Najee, Rico, Terry McLaurin, Tyler Murray.
There are no pass catchers in Indy, though, really. Well, first, there's no quarterback in Indy, and they have Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. So,
anytime.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. I'm scared to put any investment into first a rookie tight end, second one with Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones throwing the ball.
Like in this format, just think Justin Herbert just scored under 400 points.
Mm-hmm.
Rico Dowdle had 438, Najee 447.
This is the part where you kind of have to look at some of the ADP.
Like Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift. Is Tony Pollard going to have a better or worse year? Probably better, right? Another year in the system. Like he was the 40th overall player last year.
Jason said I can't sell Pittman for a ham sandwich right now. Don't sell him. Just plug him in your lineup.
You don't want a ham sandwich. But Brian Thomas and Garrett Wilson pretty much scored the same in this format, and Tony Pollard was like 9 points behind him.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? Tony fucking Pollard was with Brian Thomas and
heavy RB. Just load up.
Tony Pollard's a running back 18, and he's right up there with the wide receiver 7 and 8.
Right.
Tony Pollard, the running back 18, is scoring the same as the wide receiver 7 and 8. So you have to worry about that, or just make that comparison when you're making your selection. Who would you rather want out of that scenario, wide receiver versus running back scenario? But it gets to that point.
All I know is that if I truly need to go to to a wide receiver, there's going to be some later. But I'm going to run out of running backs. But again, there's no positional requirements in this.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I just want the highest scoring player. Doesn't matter position.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm excited about it. So I pretty much I feel like it's more in our wheelhouse than most, just because we have that best player mentality in terms of start sets. So
yeah, I am looking forward to this draft because I don't have to pay any attention to positions. I'm just going to completely ignore positions and let it ride.
I would be disappointed if either of us did not make the playoffs. We should make noise in the leagues that we're in because it's really like it's a BPA situation. Like you should be able to pick the right guy when it comes your way.
Yeah, this is going to be straight up ignore the position and just project points and choose based on projection.
Yeah, just pick your favorite guys.
Right. Yeah. Well, man, it's getting late here, and I still have to do some fishing prep.
Let's go fishing prep.
I got to go find an anchor for my kayak so I can quit getting blown around.
All right.
One spot. I'm ready.
Let's blow it up. Blow it up. We'll see you next week. You know how it goes. We'll know how it goes. You know how it goes. See you next week on the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Talking Dynasty football, baby. Come get some.